city where they gotta play us. I'm from the city where they gotta play us. Coin flip, it's time to pay up. I'm from the city where they gotta play us.
They still gotta play us.
I'm from the city where they gotta play us. Coin flip, it's time to pay up.
Go. Started out with who they done got me started. Kyle Caskey telling me room for the Lamborghini. I trust 27 to lead us through any battle. We had DK out there press. You seen how we did Seattle. Went down 1-3 and then we hop back on that saddle. Everybody want T, but you can't have him cause we got it. A lethal 9 on the side and he gon' always red dot him. 29 got him on lockdown. This Taylor Britt Island. You know Jamar probably open. That boy 7-11. Who your best cornerback? Cause my receivers gon' shred it. And y'all don't wanna go one-on-one with Lou's playbook. 91 step on that field, them quarterbacks look shook. A couple weeks went by and we done stacked us up some wins. Brad Logan still with us, still the turnover twin. Uzier and man to man, you probably shouldn't throw at him. Orlando Brown came to town, showed us what a bodyguard is. I don't think they want no smoke with us. Forever standing on business, this ain't no joke for us. Money Mackey line it up, that boy forever clutch. Put up whoever you want, it's never slow for us. Ain't nothing changed, 21 still lurking in the cut. 83 reasons why they can't with us. Zach Taylor top dog, it's always win or bust. Hand the ball to Chase Brown, probably won't get touched. Chuck sizzle back deep to receive the punt. Probably gon' run it back, I feel like he the one. Doing my shuffle on him still, I feel like Icky Woods. Whole line protecting Joe like a tiger should. Imagine having Trent Irwin as your fourth string. If VJ Hill hit you, you feel what that force bring. 1, 2, 3, nah, we need 4 rings. This the jungle, you can't come in here and pull strings. Look close, look how DJ read that offense. Sin Hubbard and Osai, yeah, we all in. Nick Scott ball hawking overwatching. Dax Hill an interception that look flawless. It's really hard to lose when K. Adams rooting for you. If you need a couple yards, Earth gon' get it for you. We got Tanner Hudson now, Sample still too. Yoshi gon' go get that ball just like a dog do. Already knew they had to play us, but this part two. I'm from the city where they gotta. I'm from the city where they gotta play us. It's time to pay up. I'm from the city where they gotta play us. I'm from the city where they gotta. I'm from the city where they gotta play us. It's time to pay up. Who they?
Who day, y'all? What's going on? Welcome to the show. This is Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm your host, the Iceman, Jeff Trunapole. And as always, I bring you sports from a West Side point of view right here in the great city of Cincinnati, Ohio, home of the back-to-back AFC North champion Cincinnati Bengals. Now, do me a favor. If you found the show, hit that like and subscribe button. Smash that thumbs up. You guys are awesome. I'm all the way up to 2,449 subscribers. As always, I appreciate every single one of you guys. If you're watching on Facebook or Twitter X and you have yet to subscribe to my channel, why not? Please do so. Please go to the YouTube channel Sports with Strawberry Ice. Hit the subscription button, hit the bell for notification. Every time I go live, you'll be notified. So if you're watching on ZTV, shout out to everybody on there. And you want to donate and support the show, there should be like a little donation thing down there. You guys can, it's exclusive on ZTV. You guys can go there and donate. I'd appreciate it. And as always, I'm coming to you live from this glorious place down there. It's the Ice Cave. The Ice Cave is brought to you by T Properties. T Properties, quality housing for quality people. Check out the website at www.tpropertiesllc.com for all your rental property management needs and your rental needs. And you know, we hit the jackpot when we drafted Joe Burrow. Like I said, hell, we might hit the jackpot when we signed Jake Browning. Either way, if you want any of the Jackpot Joey merchandise, right there, go to jackpotjoey9.com. If you want any of the beer, it's delicious. It's at Brink Brewery. Portions of the proceeds for the beer and the clothing go to the Joe Burrow Foundation. What is up to everybody in the chat? You guys are already blowing it up. I appreciate it. Who is first? You got Stranger in there, Paul's in there, Rockin' Bengals in there, Crips in there, Brad's in there, Darth's in there, Chris is in there, Paul, Johnny Paps. What is up? All right, guys. I've been trying to get this guy on the show for a while. He does a great job. He's moved to Chatterbox Sports. He does. I think he still calls it Cassie's Clicker. I don't remember. And this shows how much I watch the show. But I do watch your show, Kyle. Just to let you know. I just don't watch it every day. Anyway, let's get to Coach Kyle. What up?
What's happening? Hey, who day?
I like it.
I'm in my son's room, so I got his little buddy here. So.
Hey, at least you got him the right stuffed animal there. And we got a surprise guest for you that I wasn't sure he was gonna come on or not, but I don't know. He looks a little different, so you might not recognize him. I don't know, but let's just I don't even have an intro for him, so let's just bring him on here. And do you know?
Oh, who's this guy?
Some strange dude. He's always following me around tailgates and everything.
I feel like that's him behind. Is there a picture of him behind him?
No.
I mean,
no.
Yeah, it's a thing. And the what's right? Oh,
It's
Fan of the year.
year.
Oh.
See, that was gonna be the intro I was gonna have for you, Sean. It's fan of the year and all this stuff, and then all of a sudden he pops up. And I'm like, oh crap! I'm trying to make one anyway. So, all right. So, no bro hugging. So, no breaking of chains or anything. So, would somebody please explain to me, because I was probably 30 feet from you when you did this. What the hell happened?
Go ahead, Sean. You got it.
Well, Kyle and I, we have a long-standing relationship. I mean, he was in Cincinnati for 9 years, and before every game, he would come over. We would share a pregame handshake, and it was just kind of, we bonded. His wife would come tailgate with us. Last time I saw him was for the Thursday night game against Jacksonville, so that was 2 years ago.
Right.
So we've talked, we've texted everybody. I hadn't seen him, so it was just a lot of, 2 years missing handshakes, hugs, and it all exploded right into Kyle's chest. It was,
I'm telling you, man, he works out a lot, and I see the videos of him, and he's flexing his Bengals tattoo that he's got.
Oh yeah.
And I took every bit of that. And you know what though, man? All love. I loved it. I'll do it again tomorrow if I can.
Totally worth it. Totally worth
Right.
it. Yeah, I heard about it. I'm like, how the hell did I miss this? So, but it was cool. I was glad to see you at the tailgate, Kyle. That was awesome. You got to hang out. So, what's your real quick here before we get into the videos here, and we'll go. I'll ask both of you. What's you guys? I say surpriseness, expectations of Jake Browning. Expectations of what you thought he was going to do and what he is doing. Like, are you surprised, shocked, how good it's going? I'll start with you, Kyle.
I wouldn't say I'm shocked, because the guy played at a high level in college. He set some crazy record in high school. It's not like he hasn't done it.
91 touchdowns in high school.
It's nuts, man. I'm just telling you. I've been around high school ball this last year, and I mean, there's teams not scoring that in 4 years. I'm just telling you. It's like for him to do that in 1 year or whatever he did. I mean, that's nuts. But yeah, the thing about it is what they're doing is it's the collective group of guys that are starting to come together, and they're using them a little differently than they did with Burrow. It felt like Burrow was they were constantly trying to just, okay, we got Burrow, we need to throw. We got all these guys, we need to throw. And they were like, well, shoot, we can't do that. Well, we better try something else. Well, what they've tried has worked. And it's almost like even if you had Burrow in there, the way that they're running the offense right now should still work. And I think they've backed off a little bit and allowed him to just run the offense at his pace and not have to do it at Burrow's pace.
Right.
And that it's been, I think I'm more surprised at how they've adjusted to doing it as opposed to surprised that it's actually happening. I'm just kind of surprised that it's been so many runs, screens, things like that. But other than that, man, I think the kid's playing out of his mind.
What do you got, Sean?
I'm kind of the same. I'm surprised at the production. Like after watching the Steelers game, I wasn't. We all kind of felt like, okay, this could be it. But then the sky wasn't completely falling. As if you'd watched Caskey's clicker, he'd tell you it wasn't completely falling.
Exactly.
I
mean, if people would just watch the show, I mean, come on.
I watch it. I just don't watch it every.
You don't have to watch it every day. It only comes on once a week. I mean, it ain't that hard.
Yeah, I know. Where am I been at?
You know what? I can. I'm not going to get on you because you have asked me to come on the show multiple times, and it took this long. I agreed, but now that I'm here, we're gonna get this audience of sports talk with strawberry ice. Do I call you Ice, or do I call you Strawberry, or do I call you Jeff?
Either one. I mean, who did baby calls me asshole? So I mean, whatever. I answered all of them.
And again, it's cool though, man. It's cool to see the progression of what they've done with the team, and it's not just him; it's the offense, and they got to keep that going. And the thing is, man, they're honestly playing as well right now. They can go win games. It's not that they're out of this thing.
They could win the rest of them. I mean, I'm not like extremely confident that we will, but the way they're playing, we could. I mean, what do you think, Sean?
I mean, I'm thinking at least 3 of the next 4. Kansas City obviously is going to be tough because it's Kansas City. It's just defenses are going to start to adjust to Browning now that they're seeing, hey, the screen's working, this is working. They're going to start to adjust the blitzes, and then he's going to have to figure that out to be able to have a dump off if the screen's not there, or to be able to just change it up a little bit, because they took the handcuffs off him, I think, to let him run the offense instead of just giving him this pared down version now he has more access, I feel like.
Right. Yeah, and I've said this before, and I said this the beginning of the season before he got hurt. But Chase Brown, I know he was hurt for 4 weeks. I was clamoring for him because I wanted to find out what he could do. I knew he was fast. I didn't know he's 22 miles an hour fast. I mean, that dude's flying. But how much of a difference do you guys think that has been in the running game as far as the change up? The change of pace, and it could almost make more of Joe Mixon more of the finisher, and Chase Brown more of the speedster or whatever. I mean, am I off base there, Kyle?
Well, I mean, I don't know how much you've had to drink that you just called Joe Mixon Corey Dillon. I mean, that's a good 2 decades apart. But
my show yesterday, I keep
I hear you name dropping. It's all good. Yeah, but I would say this because I think anytime you have a complimentary back, it's going to help your starting back out. And I think Chase Brown was hurt there for a while. I'm not 100% sure why he wasn't used just right off the bat. Maybe it was the fact that he was a rookie. I get that, man. When you have a rookie back, sometimes it takes a little while to get there, especially when you got somebody experienced. But I would say if you would have watched my show back in the preseason, which I know you didn't, but that's okay.
Oh, I did. I watched all of them.
It's okay. I actually talked about Chase Brown after the 3rd preseason game and talked about how this kid's going to be a stud.
Actually, I think I commented on that show. Actually, I think I did.
It's amazing though what the kid can do though, because he really is. Honestly, he is a he's not Gio. He's not anybody that they've had. Everybody, people want to compare this guy to somebody. I don't know who you compare this guy that the Bengals have had, because I can tell you, the one guy I think that as a lightning in a bottle type of thing or whatever is, you remember when Bernard Scott came on back in the day, and all of a sudden he was just like this change up guy to set Benson and different things like that.
Yep.
I see that as more of it's not really a Gio is different, man. Gio was your 3rd down. Gio could have been the starter.
Right.
I'm not saying Chase Brown can't be the starter, you know what I'm saying? But that's what I see. I see it more of like he's such a compliment to what Joe Mixon does. He's different. He's a totally different back.
Exactly. What you got there, Sean?
I'm everything he said. Now, it's the change of pace. I mean, you just he can be your 3rd down guy. You can put him in on 1st down, run a quick little sweep outside, and he can be just the complement to it.
Exactly. And
completely different. He's got a different size. He's got a different speed. He's just got it all.
Well, somebody said this on the radio today, and they weren't – I want to preface this. They weren't completely comparing him to Christian McCaffrey, but he has – that game-changing speed that Christian McCaffrey brings. He's not Christian McCaffrey, but with his speed and everything in the screen game, like I say, he turned that screen, which we got on here. We'll show you here in a little bit. He screened that. Nothing gets Joe Mixon, but if Mixon does that, I don't think he gets to the end zone. Chase Brown was gone, dude, and that changes your screen game right there. I think with just his speed alone.
The thing about him, he has that kickoff return ability, and I think that's what a lot of backs are missing. And when he got into that, we'll talk about it in a minute, but that was the green grass rule. Like there are places where the screen's supposed to go, like you're supposed to stay down the numbers or whatever. But there's a point where, like, if the whole field is open, then just outrun everybody.
Right.
And that kid just it was proven. He was the 2nd fastest time in the NFL this year behind DK Metcalf when he caught that slant and ran for a touchdown. I mean, Tyreek Hill hasn't run that fast this year.
Right.
Think about that. Say that. Everybody that's out there,
right?
Say that out loud. Chase Brown has run faster than Tyreek Hill has run this year.
Take that and stick that somewhere. I mean, that's when he says 22 miles an hour, I'm like, I can't even fathom. Even
that doesn't sound, like in a car that doesn't sound fast.
Well, you're running shit.
Man, I'm telling you, dude. I've watched guys run like that when they're getting timed by that zebra thing and all that in practice. And we'd have guys come out and you'd be like, man, that guy was flying. It'd be like 17 miles an hour, 18 miles an hour, 22. Come on.
I mean, I almost die going 9 miles an hour on a treadmill, let alone, I'm going to break both my hips.
I'm glad you're on the treadmill.
Exactly.
Once a month.
All right, Kyle, I got a question here from Chris. He said, Kyle, they've been running the same, or I guess he said, have they been running the same amount of RPOs with Burrow versus Browning? Do you know if they've been running the same amount or is it less?
I don't know the exact number. I'd say it's probably about the same when it comes to the put it this way, the type of RPOs they're running. Yes, they're still running the same ones. Okay, but as many probably not because they've actually run the ball more. You know what I mean? So I think that's kind of they've been under center and handing the ball off and doing things and then running those screens. Those take the place of the RPOs that were being thrown by Burrow. So the actual volume that's in there, no. But the type of RPOs they're running, yeah, they're still running them because they're throwing those little glance routes on the kind of like they're not slants, but they're not post routes. They're kind of in the middle. That's what a glance is. And, they're throwing those over the top of the linebackers. And there's some things that I think that they are hesitant to do maybe with Browning just until he gets the feel of the speed back to him, because I don't care how much you practice speed and game speed aren't the same. So, I mean, I think you'll start seeing it integrated a little bit more, but I mean, if they want to keep handing the ball off and throwing these screens, I don't think they care to throw those RPOs.
Right, exactly. All right, so you want to get into some of these videos we got here?
Sure, let's go.
All right, let's go with the first one here. I think this is the what was the first one again here?
It was the Chase Brown toss play.
Chase Brown toss. All right, Chase Brown toss play. Here
now, one of the things I want to point out about this play is everybody's been clamoring to give these toss plays to Chase Brown. And one of the things he does, Wilcox, the tight end at the top right here, he kind of gets pushed. He doesn't really, it's not a great block, but it's enough. And you'll see it from the end zone. He gets around. Yeah, it's not a great play. I get it. But here's the thing. They're going to keep running these things, and one of these days this thing's going to hit. But watch him. Chase Brown almost outruns the center and the right guard right here because they can't get their guys blocked. And that's okay. That's okay. Can you run that one back one more time?
Yep.
But if you watch the blocking up top, if he can pace this just a touch and get around that defensive end up there at the top that's kind of penetrating, as long as he can get around that and pace it just a little bit more, he might bounce that thing around the outside. So watch the block on the left side of the screen as it starts to show right now, 67 right there. Volson. He could have probably bounced it around Volson. So I think those kind of plays are going to start showing up more with him. Not that Joe can't run those, but those are the ones I do agree. Those plays are built for speedier, shiftier type of guys.
Right. And that's something that can turn, if you, like you said, if you keep playing it, keep doing it, eventually it's going to break. And eventually it's going to, they can take it to the house, or at least for a very large gain there.
So, all right, this next one, I believe, is the T. Higgins go route. And the thing I want to show you on this one is watch T. So T. Higgins is up top. He's going to inside release to the numbers, and then he's going to run like a fade route from here. And you see how he's running the fade. It's not really it's not a corner route. It's really a fade route. Most of the time, people are running these from inside, like number 2, the inside receiver, and run them out. They faded him from the inside and had an inside release to the numbers. And then he ends up he looks inside and comes back outside. See that? I mean, there's not many people. Tyreek Hill did that the other day. If you do that, run that back one more time from the sideline, you could see it. I mean, it's a tough catch.
Now, is that because Jake Bryan threw it? I mean, was it supposed to be thrown on the inside and Jake just threw it outside?
I mean, I think he just felt. I think when he lets it go the ball right now, he just saw that guy stop his feet, and I just think it was kind of where he let it go.
Okay.
So
I know I was on the stands watching. I saw T make the adjustment. I'm like, oh shit, I don't know if he's going to catch that or not. But that was a hell of an adjustment right there for T to make that play. People have been getting on T about dropping passes and stuff, but then you see a play like this, you can't replace this stuff. I mean, this is what makes TT.
Now I'm gonna show you the problem with live television or live streaming here. I'm gonna have leave me on. I mean, you can kick my screen off for just a second. I need you and Sean to talk just for a minute.
I got you.
Because my house got very, very quiet. And I need to go check on the little people that live in my house right now.
Go.
My kids.
Go ahead.
And I'll be right back. I'm not leaving. Leave me on. I'll be right back.
You're good.
Look, I got a Bengals helmet back there. Look.
All right. We'll stare at that. We'll talk to that while you're gone.
There you go. that happens all the time. It's like, wait a second, why is it so quiet? I have people. They should be like in the house, not outside. So
some noise happening.
Yeah, exactly. So, Sean, how you been, buddy? You all right?
Good. I'm good. Good. All's well.
I'm glad you made it back home, because I see like you have the worst travel plans this year. It seems like you're getting delayed like every freaking time you're trying to get here or go back home.
I've been good on this year. That was my first major delay.
Really? I thought you had another one earlier this year.
No, that's the first.
Okay.
Getting there has not been a problem. That one always seems to work. Usually I fly way too early. That's why I need to fire my travel agent, because like Saturday I left at 5:15 a.m. Which means I had to be at the airport at 3, and we boarded at 4:30, but the gate didn't open until 4, and TSA didn't open until 4:15. So that made life a little dicey.
A little dicey. Hey, everything good?
You know what? They're all okay. It's actually I had let we were having there was like a space in between when I was coming in here and when my wife was actually coming home. And so I had left them out there watching Bluey, and they got quiet because Kayla actually got home. So everything was actually even better than I thought it was going to be. But it's
that's good. That's good.
Yeah,
That's good.
Anybody who has kids out there understand.
Yeah. Oh no.
When it gets quiet, something ain't right.
I saw the look of fear in your eyes, going, why is it quiet? This isn't good. They should be breaking something or doing something down there.
It started in the middle of that Chase Brown play, and I'm like, man, this is too quiet out there. Something ain't right.
Hey, Sean, Darth's got a question for you. He said, have you ever flown back with a face paint on?
I have.
Oh,
God. It was a game last year that I was cutting it close. And I prefaced, kind of warned TSA going through. I said, hey, if there's a game where I'm cutting it a little close, can I go through with all the paint on? They're like, I don't see why not. So I decided to give it a shot. And, yeah. No issue. And then all of the flight attendants wanted pictures. It was a whole,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, did you leave the hat on at least, or did you have to put that through the metal detector?
It's got to go through Cincinnati's gotten better about it. They just take it when I go through the little, They take it on the other side.
They're like, oh, God, it's 2-day baby again. Jeez,
Tampa still will not let me take it that way. I have to put it in the bin.
I bet if it was a Buccaneers hat, they'd let you go through with it.
Right. Yeah, sure.
Dude, I got to tell you, when we fly down to Florida, a lot we fly Allegiant, and we don't check the bags. We carry on or whatever. So we have our backpacks. Cincinnati never checks it. Tampa, dude, every time they make you shove it in there, and my wife always freaks out. Like, we've never had, it's always fit. But dude, I'm like, they're like sticklers down there. I don't know why.
Well, I'm not calling out New Orleans, but I took my bag that I've taken to the high school with me for a long time, and I had a pair of scissors that I cut out the wristbands with for the quarterbacks, and totally forgot they were in the bottom of my bag. Totally got to Cincinnati still with them in my bag. So
really,
all right,
there you go.
I don't know about New Orleans, but
that's right.
Did you get back?
I did not chance it. I left them in Cincinnati. Cincinnati just gained a pair of scissors.
Exactly. All right, let's get a question from Oliver here. He says, "Is this week the easiest of the remaining matchups?"
Oh,
what do you got, Sean? I'll go with you. I'll go with you first.
I mean, on paper, it seems like it. I mean, you watched a team that scored 3 points last week against the Raiders. Seems like that might be prime for our defense to just shut them out and then the offense to take off. But you have a brand new quarterback, in Bengals history against first-time quarterbacks, new quarterbacks is not always the greatest.
Not always.
Yeah. So on paper it does, but then is it Pittsburgh without Kenny Pickett? I don't know.
Right. Yeah. What do you got, Kyle?
I'm looking at it here. Vikings, Steelers, Chiefs, Browns, and none of those teams are honestly playing very good right now. And right. I mean, but the reason I'm bringing that up is that's kind of the scary part, because do teams like this teams like the Steelers right now, they have a tendency to figure out what they're doing wrong and get it fixed. Now, do they get it fixed against the Bengals next week? Or like the Chiefs, do they finally figure out what they're not doing, and all of a sudden they have one of those games? But they could also be continuing to fall down. It's just one of those things. It's a weird schedule, because you sit there and go, all 4 games are winnable. Mm-hmm. I mean, including the Chiefs game, because the way they've been playing,
especially if they line up off sides, and they call.
Hey, so here's the thing. Leave that picture up there.
Yeah.
Okay. So with that being said, that everybody's been talking about, well, the line judge should have helped him out or this and that. Okay, here's the thing. You look at the top of the screen, you can see a guy standing up there right on the line, straddling the line.
Yep.
Okay, so those receivers will come up. So the receiver at the top is technically on the line of scrimmage because his body is crossing through the hip of the center. That's how you know you're on.
Right.
If you're at the same level as the hips of the center, you're on the line of scrimmage. That's why those the tackles there are probably pretty close to not being on the line of scrimmage, to be honest with you. But that receiver at the top should look to his right over at that ref and kind of give, like, he points at the ground. He's saying, I'm on the line of scrimmage, or he holds his hand behind him and saying, I'm off the line of scrimmage.
Mm-hmm.
And the ref will usually give him a thumbs up, or he'll tell him back up or move up or something. Like, he'll give him like a motion, like one way or the other. And if you watch Kadarius Toney, when he comes up there, if go back and find this somewhere, but I mean, like, he comes up there and he barely looks over there. There's no way he got a response from that official, because all he did was just look.
Yeah.
And that was, I guess, his way of saying I'm on.
Well, the thing is too, go ahead, John. Go ahead.
But he pointed to look at him before he even got set. I noticed that too. He runs up, looks, and then continues to keep moving. So there's no.
Now here's the thing. Like, is he blatantly his whole body offsides? No. But here's the thing. Don't worry about the blue line. Don't worry about the blue line. Look where the ball is right now. The ball is actually behind the tick mark. It's kind of hard to see right there.
Yeah, it's behind his head. His head's blocking it.
So his head is past and his foot is past.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I'll say this. That has been a no call probably 1,000 times in the last couple of years. Mm-hmm. Probably somebody that close has been a no call, literally probably 1,000 times in the last couple of years, just throughout the whole league. It's just when it's that blatant, like, you got to call it. But he called it. Here's the thing. Everybody's like, you just erased like one of the greatest plays of all time. Okay, well, you know what? They threw the flag before the play happened.
Yep, you can see the flag go up in the video.
The flag goes up right when the snap happens. The flag is up. The ref didn't call that unless he's got a script that we don't know about that everybody's talking about.
Right.
I mean, he didn't know that he was about to lateral that ball back and be one of the coolest plays you've seen in a long time. I mean, it really was a cool play. I don't give him credit for it, but like, they didn't know that.
No, exactly. They didn't know that at all. And the thing is, like, my biggest thing is just Patrick Mahomes is just got to calm down. Andy Reid, both of them went on there. I mean, the thing that really irked me was Patrick Mahomes went to Josh Allen, didn't even say good game or anything. First thing out of his mouth, man, that was a bull crap call. I mean, you got Joe Burrow, who lost the AFC Championship game last year on a, could be a controversial call, whatever. He lost. Josh Allen lost to Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs 2 years ago in 13 seconds. Both of them walked up to him and shake their hand, never complained about anything. He loses one freaking game in a regular season game. I understand. Frustration. I understand you want to win and everything, but not to give your opponent at least, shake hands, hey, good game, walk away. Then you can bitch about it. But to do it right there, I'm just
just say, hey, man. I mean, because here's the thing, like, Josh Allen hadn't beaten him much, if at all. And, I mean, just go up and say, hey, man, got me. Hey, good job, man. Good job. You got us this time. Cool.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Right now, Buffalo's not in the playoffs, right?
Nope. They're behind us.
Hey, bro, good job. Like, cool. Well, we might see you, we might not. You might be sitting at home. We'll still be playing.
Right. Exactly. All right. Which what are we on number?
We'll go to number 3. Would be this is a Chase Brown touchdown. So obviously, what they're doing, they're under center and they're going to run a play action. I want you to watch the linebackers that are on the B right there, that are right in the middle of the B. They're moving over.
Yep.
Watch one that right here. Boom. They run away from where it's going and they never catch up. And that's one of the things when it comes to play actions. And this is a heck of a move right there.
Yeah.
When it comes to the play action screens, if you watch this, when you start to run the ball, they got to pause for a second. But once they realize it's passed, they got to run out of there. Well, the screen, you're doing that on purpose. All that crap that had Jamar Chase running the other side. You had if you go back, replay it one more time. Watch the tight end goes back. This was the same one Browning got blasted on. But if you watch the tight end, I believe it was Wilcox right there. He goes back right here. So you got Chase going up to to the top. You got the tight end going back. So there's a lot of stuff going back. And I mean, you get all those guys moving that way, and then you bring your guy. But here, when do you run screens? You run screens when, if they're drop back screens, you run them when you think they're passing. If they're play action screens, you do it when you find a team that has linebackers like this that run out of there, like that don't necessarily keep their you know what I'm saying? Like once they realize it's play action, they're out. And when you find a team that does that, and that's film study, that's all it is. It's film study, and you find a team that does that, and you say, cool, we're going to take everything to the left and have them run out to their left, to their right, to our left is the offense, and then screen them out to the right. And that's what they did. And it was a well put together play call. And honestly, the mix and screen, which we've got coming up in a minute, is a lot the same. It's a different motion, but it's a lot the same idea. But
one quick question I ask you here: the motion that Jamar did, where he went around behind the running back. Yep. Now, I've noticed that. Is that a new thing this year? Because I don't ever remember them going that far behind people for motion.
I don't know about going that far behind them, but that motion. So when you're under center, it looks deeper because he is like 2.5 yards deeper than if he would be in the gun. So normally if you're in a gun, the back's usually got his feet around 5 yards.
Okay.
When he's under center, his feet are at like 7.5 or 8. And it just looks deeper. But the thing about it is, right now, I'll ask both of you this. Let me see if I can get the same answer. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3. I want the answer. Who's the best player on the Bengals team right now? 1, 2, 3.
Jamar Chase.
Yeah, Jamar Chase. I was late.
Very, very delayed reaction. So, if you take Jamar Chase and put him in that motion, what do you think the team's going to do? You're playing.
They're going to follow him. Yeah.
Well, they got to adjust to him. I mean, because here's the thing: like he's still the most dangerous. I don't care. It's like Tyreek Hill on Miami. When Tyreek Hill went down the other night, you realize the entire Miami offense changed. Because they didn't have that not only their best player but their best decoy.
Right. And so I was delayed because I thought it was a trick answer there.
There's no tricks here, man. I'm all about just listen. Let's go straight trivia. That's all it was.
There you go. All right, let's go to. I think this is the next one here. Let's see here.
Yeah, that's it. So this is the sneak touchdown. But look at the way they're aligned right here. They've got all their guys to the middle, to the right of the Bengals offense. And if you watch Joe Mixon from the back of this, Joe Mixon actually thinks he's going to push Browning straight ahead.
Yeah.
But watch Browning's like, no, I'm going to pull that Brady and I'm just going to go over to the left where they got nobody.
Yep.
It goes back to the whole thing of, throw it where they're not or run it where they're not. I mean, right here, like,
yeah, there's nobody on that left side.
Look at the left. Watch the left side of the line from the end zone copy of this.
There's nobody.
They're all just blocking down. I mean,
they thought it was like it'd be a tush push or whatever.
And Tyler Boyd's blocking 23 right here. It's just.
Well, I like the block. Look, Orlando Brown. How he sealed that end off.
And he's just and that's all. Yeah. But that's again. He goes. I guarantee you that left side of the line was like, really. Like, where's everybody over here?
And it looks like if he looks up just a tad bit earlier, he would
go back to this one more time.
All right, good.
I want you to take a look at something from the sideline here. All right, look who's up top. Number 1.
Yep.
Look how many people they got covering number 1.
Yep.
See what I mean? That took the people out of it. You see what I'm saying? He's a decoy.
Yep.
He was a decoy that created. If you don't have number 1 over there, if you don't have that dude running off the screen right there to go cover number 1, he probably is in there somewhere helping stop that.
T. Higgins did a really good job blocking too. He just stood there. Sean, what were you going to say there, Sean?
No, I was saying Browning, if he would have looked up just a tad earlier, he would have went in untouched. He ran into Brown on that corner, but there was nobody there.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's the thing. I mean, he didn't know. I mean, he was just trying to ride the wave in. But
yeah,
I mean, but the fact that he saw that, you got to remember, this is a guy that's played a lot of football, and he doesn't. Yes, you forget football, and I can attest to that. There's a lot of times I got to go back and go, man, you remember that play I thought we ran a play like this, and you go back and you look through your archives and cool, but like you don't forget to go. There's nobody over there. Right. Run over there.
Might want to go to the open area. I like the celebration at the end. Ballin'.
Oh yeah, just a little.
I was doing that in the end zone there. All right, let's go to the last one here. We got.
All right, so this is the Joe Mixon big screen. Now, watch. They're gonna bring the motion back. So the motion's gonna come back to here. So everything's going this way like this. Now and then they throw it out over here. Now watch. He stays right up the numbers. So those linemen are built to block down. Watch me just a 39 right here. Get down.
Stiff arm, baby. Sit down.
But like, if you watch the way this is, so if you're on like right here, they're on the right hash. The sidewalk where he needs to turn up is on the numbers because these linemen, look, they're not looking at him.
Right.
They all know he's turning up right around the numbers.
Mm-hmm.
And then he plays off of them. And then look, I mean, even T. Higgins is running down the numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Like go back to that. We'll just let it play one more time. That the whole thing about this is it's timing and it's location and it's the timing of this is good. It's, look, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi out. You know what I'm saying? It's a 2-count screen. So they're counting. That's how long they're counting before they leave. So they want to sell it for a certain amount of time before they leave. Talking about the lineman.
Right.
And the back is on the same thing. So Joe wants to sell this like it's run and play action.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Watch the linebackers.
Yep.
Yeah, the one guy even has his back turned.
Yep.
Like that's what you're trying to get at. When you see that on film, that's what they do, you take advantage of it. And again, Indy has a team that turns their back and runs out of there on play actions. And not every team does that. You'd be surprised. Not every team is, some guys have linebackers that can kind of half backpedal out of those things and not have to turn and run, like turn their shoulders to run out of it. But the other thing is why do you think those linebackers are in such a hurry to get out of there on play action?
Right, exactly. Now,
Well,
I got a question for you too here, Kyle. I'm sure you could throw it to you too. The offensive line has played better the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Now, I like I said, I'm dropping names again. Corey Dillon has been on here, and he says sometimes they just got to play better, which it's a simple thing. But is that what they're doing? Is it just a simple fact of the offensive line's playing better? Because this is the same time of year last year the offensive line started gelling last year, and until they started getting injured. But it's right about the same time. It was like, is it just a matter of playing together? Because the offensive line is like the fist. They all got to be doing the same thing. Why are they playing so much better now? I guess.
I think a little bit of it has to do with, like you're saying, it's so when you say the fist, I'll explain what you're saying, and maybe you talked about it, but like you got 5 fingers.
You know more about it than I do.
If I try to punch you with this finger, 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 punch you with my thumb, it ain't gonna do nothing. But I put all 5 of those fingers together and I punch you in the face with my fist. That's the whole analogy. Is those 5 guys individually? Yeah, you can do things with them. But you put them together and punch somebody, that's where the whole fist thing comes in. A lot of linemen, offensive line rooms use the fist as a deal. But so I do agree though, and you got to remember, Orlando Brown wasn't here last year. Volson was a rookie last year. The other guys have played together, except for Williams going over to the other side. And so you got guys in different. You got a few different guys in different spots, and you got Volson, who's a second-year guy. Now, they're all together, but here's the thing. With the run game, I really think, and somebody mentioned this on Twitter, it made a good point, so I didn't really have a comeback for it, but when you run the ball more, you get into a rhythm, and you become better at it during the game. Mm-hmm. Somebody said, well, they pass blocked 80% of the time. Why weren't they better at pass blocking? And my only comeback to that would be the defense has their ears pinned back and they're picking and doing all kinds of. It's not you dictating to them; it's them dictating to you in pass protection. That's the only comeback I would have to that. And if you're whoever that was that put it on there's listening, that's my answer to you. But
there you go.
But I think one of the things is once you kind of get moving into a rhythm and the running backs are behind. This is the same guys running behind you every time, and I think they're starting to get that. But I'm going to throw this out there, and it may not be a popular opinion with a lot of people, and I really don't care. Frank Pollock is a very, very good offensive line coach. And for people who want to bash him, they have their own opinion, and that's fine. I've worked with the guy. I've seen the way he teaches. And there are times that, yes, it's very, very technical. He's a very, very technical I don't even know what the word is for it, like probably overly technical, kind of guy. Like he wants to make sure everything is good. Like you're fundamentally sound, but sometimes you just got to play. And, there's coaches that are the other way. They're like, man, hey, y'all make the adjustments on the run and this and that.
Right.
But he's like, no, we're going to do this. So, and again, Orlando Brown wasn't here last year, never been coached by him. you know what I'm saying? Jonah Williams has moved over to right tackle. It takes him a second. I mean, I'm not making excuses for him.
I think Jonah Williams has played awesome at right tackle, to be honest.
But the point is like I don't think Frank Pollock is the problem.
He didn't all of a sudden get better in 2 weeks.
All of a sudden he didn't forget how to coach. I mean,
right? Yeah, exactly.
And again, it goes back to the Dallas time. Yeah, he had one of the greatest offensive lines of all time in Dallas. But I mean, was that because of the guys they drafted? Maybe he had something to do with that. Maybe he had something to do with Orlando Brown being here. I mean, I'm just saying, like there are some things of, you know, give the guy credit where it's due. But I get it. He should take accountability when they don't play well. But right. I'm just telling you, like I think that you're gonna start seeing over the next few games, especially if they keep running the ball and doing the screens, the sacks will go down. The run game will continue to get better. I mean, I'm sure they hate looking at the run game stats and going, man, we're like 31st in the league. But it's what they were. They were also 32nd in the league in attempts there for probably 12 of the games.
Right. What do you got there, Sean, on the offensive line?
I think I might have been on your show, Kyle. You said just the confidence building with them. So they're seeing the positive plays, you know, they're running, they're doing the screens and they're gaining yards. So is that giving them that boost of just kind of self-confidence with themselves to go, hey, we can do this. We can. And that is helping them to become better.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's you're allowing them to maybe not have to stay on the blocks as long because you're running. Then when it's time to pass block, they're there more. They believe in themselves a little bit. Not that they ever didn't, but I think it just helps out in that sense.
You know how big guys are. Big guys sometimes, you know, you just got to give them a little love and exactly. You know, it's come on now. Come on, you know this. I mean, big guys need a little love every once in a while to get some confidence. So that's all it is.
Exactly. All right, so let's see. Fiji here says, Coach Kyle, really enjoy your show. Keep up the good work until you get an NFL gig. And Porchop agrees with you. He said, that's true, Kyle. Lots of folks would agree with you on.
Would not agree with you.
Would not agree with
you.
Hey, Pork Chop, I'm going to tell you right now, listen, everybody has an opinion, and it's okay. That's the great thing about the United States of America, man. As long as we don't get censored out here, man, I'm telling you, we all got an opinion. So, yeah. I mean, you could speak yours, I'll speak mine. And here's the thing. When it's all said and done, what was my man Pork Chop? Is that who that just was?
Yeah, Pork Chop, yeah.
Hey, Pork Chop, I'm going to tell you, I'll come meet you for a drink one of these days, and we'll just have a good old time, man. I ain't mad at you. Shoot. We can disagree and still have a good time and coexist. I'm good.
When I was talking to you, he was probably standing about 20 feet from me when we were down there at Lot 1. So next time
no, I met Pork Chop. Yeah. He was the one cooking. Yeah.
Big bearded dude. That's him.
See Pork Chop. See, look, we can all hang out.
Yeah. Exactly. So how fun was it, or how different was it for you coming back to the stadium and apparently hanging out where your wife used to hang out and Bomb Squad? You know, you were there and replaced for this week. How was that?
I just want to say that he's not nearly as good looking as his wife. He's a good looking man, but not, you know.
Zero disagreement with you on that one. You know what? It was a little, I mean, I don't know, man. It was weird to me because like I'm used to being in the stadium, and I've been to a couple games since. Like I came, you know, I've actually been to two of I went to the Bengals game last year at New Orleans, had sideline passes. I went to the Lions game last week and the weekend before this past weekend at New Orleans and had sideline passes, but I didn't tailgate. I tailgated.
Well, that's the fun part.
Yeah, I tailgated an LSU game, which whatever. I mean, I'm not an LSU guy, but you know, we went down there for the Alabama game and all that kind of stuff last year. We went down for I don't even remember what game it was. I think it was this. I don't even remember what game it was. New Mexico State or something this year. Anyway, it wasn't a big game, but we went down there and did some tailgating and stuff. And going to a Bengals game and actually seeing what I heard Kayla talk about and I've heard Sean talk about all these years. And, you know, like I used to pick up Kayla out of the family corral after the game. And I'd be like, what have y'all been doing? She's like, I was at the tailgate at 9:00. I've been in the club. I was drinking the Bloody Marys. I was doing this.
Bagel bombs, baby.
I'm like, are you okay? Well, we just won. Do y'all want to go to like Tin Roof or Holy Grail or something? I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make it. I'm like, what?
Like, damn it, Who did, baby? What'd you do to her?
But no, you know what? I will say this though: the people there, I mean, including you two, obviously. If anybody out there hasn't been down to the tailgate there, and it's lot 1, right?
Yeah.
In lot 1, with the Bengal Bomb Squad, I mean, you guys are like more than accommodating to anybody. I mean, other teams' fans. I mean, it was unbelievable just to see the camaraderie down there and everybody having a good time. And there was some Skyline conies, and there was all kinds of beer. And
so, were you a Skyline or Gold Star guy when you lived here?
Skyline, just because it was near my house. And be honest with you, I'm up here. Here's an opinion nobody's gonna like in Cincinnati. I can't tell the difference.
Oh, bullshit! Oh, that's bullshit. You can.
I can't tell the difference. And I will say this: I grew up on a different kind of chili, and it took me a while to realize it's not chili. It's Skyline or it's Gold Star, all right, or it's Price Hill. It's not chili. It's what it is, and I like it. Don't get me wrong. I think it's great.
Yeah.
But the word chili, I think, kind of it offsets or it pushes away maybe the outsiders that don't.
People always say that's not chili. I'm like, it's Cincinnati chili. That's what.
That's what I'm saying. Like when you just say, if you just said, hey, it like Skyline says it's Skyline time. They don't say it's Skyline chili time. They say it's Skyline time.
Right.
You know, it's like, okay, I get that. If you just said I'm gonna go get a Skyline 3-way, which I did in CVG on the way out, like that was some good stuff, man. I mean, like chili to me, like I always think of chili as like beans and meat and.
Well, you can add beans to it, you know.
I'm talking about chunks, like big chunks of meat.
Texas doesn't put beans in their chili, I thought.
What's that?
I thought Texans didn't put beans in their chili.
Don't listen to that crap. Listen, man. We put whatever we want to in our chili, all right? I mean, that's like people saying Kansas City barbecues made with ketchup or something. I don't know, whatever that stuff is. Like, it's barbecue and it's sauce and it tastes damn good. And, I mean, here's the thing. This is what I want people in Cincinnati to understand, and this is from a Texan that lives in Louisiana right now.
Well, that just sounds really weird right there.
It does a little bit, but we can all agree with this. If you put a Skyline 3-way or some conies right next to a big bowl of Texas chili, and you said, all right, you can eat both of them, I don't think anybody's going to complain.
Oh, I take it. I'd crush both.
I would eat both of them. I'd kill them. I mean, I'm like,
I might be in the bathroom for a while afterwards, but yeah, I'd be crushing them.
But why do you got to sit there and go, oh, I got to choose one or the other? Why don't you just eat it all and like it all?
It's like East Side versus West Side here. You know, we all know West Side's the best
chili
side.
wars.
Yeah.
No, I did live on the East Side when I was in town, but I was in Mount Lookout. But I will say this: I had some friends on the West Side, and every time I ever went to the West Side, I never had a bad time.
It's always a good time on this side because, like I said, it's the best side. But I always say that tongue in cheek. I hang out with people from the East Side too, but yeah, that is funny. But I mean, honestly, I can tell a difference between Gold Star and Skyline just because I guess I've eaten it.
Is one of them sweeter? That's the only thing I've heard.
Yeah, Skyline's got the cinnamon in it. Gold Star, I don't know what they got in it. I mean, can you tell the difference, Sean?
Not too much. I just know that Gold Star's burgers are delicious.
Yes, their burgers are very good.
But
yes, because
Skyline doesn't have burgers, do they?
No.
They just got chili and hot dogs and stuff like that. But I mean, I just really we just got a new Gold Star opened up because we only got like one Gold Star in West Side. We're West Siders. We like what we like, and we don't like it. You ain't gonna make it here. So we got Skyline like on every other block right here. We got one Gold Star. So we went and checked it out. And my wife actually said, how much are the burgers? And I didn't realize this, but actually Gold Star started out as a burger joint and then started making chili, I guess. But their burgers are really good. So I was actually surprised about that. So
now that you say that, I'm gonna have to go try one out the next time I come. They got chicken tenders. John Travolta's in there.
John Travolta, wow. Big time in it.
Dude,
freaking Scientology let him out.
You're on ISIS show, man. I get all the superstars. I got 2 Day Baby, I got Coach Kyle, and I got John Travolta. I mean, that's how I roll, man. All right, so I want to ask you. This is since you're down there in LSU country, and the college football playoffs here. Do you think now? My wife, full disclosure, my wife's a huge Florida State fan. But do you think Florida State got screwed? In your personal opinion,
I would say, okay, yes, I do think. But here's the reason I say that is they went 13-0. They did everything they were asked to do, and they did it with not only a backup quarterback, they did it with a third string quarterback, and they did everything they were asked to do, just like the Bengals are trying to do right now, obviously. So, point being is this: if that were the case where that just disqualifies you, and you just won a Power 5 conference and went undefeated, then the Bengals should just quit, right?
Right.
I mean, the Browns should just quit, right?
What's the point?
All these teams that have backup Vikings should just quit, right? Because you know what, they're not going to win it, so why even try? But I will say this: if the whole premise of this thing was you get the 4 best teams in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Alabama right now in the SEC was playing better than Georgia. They really were. And at this point in the year, now Georgia hadn't lost in 2 years since they lost to Alabama. I get it. Alabama won that game and won that game. That wasn't a fluke win. Now they fluke won the week before, but that's what I'm saying. But if you're talking about the 4 best teams, now if you're going to put Alabama in, and then you say Texas beat Alabama at Alabama pretty handily, I mean, it's one of those things where that's why having 4 teams in a playoff, that's why going to 12 or whatever they're doing next year.
Nice.
But here's the thing: there's always going to be somebody mad.
Somebody's going to be left out. Somebody's going to.
But 12, I think there's going to be less teams mad at 12. I mean,
but you won't have the big teams mad.
Yeah, you'll be like the 13th best team. Like, oh my god, we should have been in there. Like,
like this year, like LSU, I think ended up 13th in the playoff rankings, so they would have been the first team out, and they're going to sit here going, well, we got the Heisman, and you're going to leave us out.
Right.
But you got 3 losses. Now there are 3 losses. I will say this about LSU being down here and watching. And I have a show down here with Jordy Collada's show, Caskey. That's Caskey's clicker. The one I do in Cincinnati's Chatterbox clicker. See, so get them right. If you would watch my shows, you know.
I watched both of them. I just didn't know they were 2 different shows.
They are 2 different shows.
I'm a huge fan, Kyle. Come on.
But the point is breaking these guys down here. Jaden Daniels, I'm telling you, man, and I'm not an LSU guy. You got to remember, I went to Texas A&M. I mean, you see it behind me.
Yeah.
I'm Aggie. I worked for LSU for 3 months when I was. That's why we live here. I worked here, and then I went to Texas.
Did it burn a little bit when you put the purple on?
A little bit. I ain't gonna lie, it was tough the first day, man. I remember the first time I saw my wife, and my wife's from Louisiana. She's like, "That's gotta hurt you." But they were also giving me a chance to coach at the SEC level. So we went.
Right.
But Jaden Daniels was the best player. I don't care what people say. And again, that's my opinion. And if all your if Pork Chop wants to come back at me,
Pork Chop's an LSU fan. He will agree with you. He's an LSU fan. So.
No, but Jaden Daniels, man, he balled out this year. That dude did some stuff. I'm like, man, this dude's. I mean, as a college player, was the best college player this year. Now, is he going to be the best quarterback prospect for the draft? I don't know. I mean, the kid will be taken high. And I promise you this, the kid will be a pretty good player. But living down here, their 3 losses were to Florida State, Alabama, and Ole Miss. All 3 of them are ahead of them in the top 10 right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, they beat some good teams. It's just they lost to 3 teams that ended up one's in the playoff and one should be in the playoff, and the other one a pretty good team. So I mean, and that's the deal about college football, man. I mean, like the SEC just beats up on itself.
Well, they're going to be even worse next year, or not worse, but even more next year because Texas and Oklahoma are going there. Which Texas and Oklahoma ain't going to win crap, I don't think, when they go to the SEC.
I've told people this because I'm an Aggie, obviously, so I'm not a big fan of the Longhorns, but if LSU, I agree with you on that. Pork Chop, I agree with you on that, man. LSU's defense was on the struggle bus this year for majority of the year. But the crazy thing is like Texas, like when A&M came into the SEC, they kind of took it by storm with Manziel. But not everybody's going to do that. And there's teams, man, you see them like UC. UC goes in the Big 12, and the Big 12 ain't that great of a conference. And I don't know. Did they go over?
You had to bring that up for me, didn't you? Damn it.
But did they go over? And I mean, they
got one win. They got one win.
They won one. And I mean, and again, I'm not knocking UC. They were just in the playoffs 2 years ago.
Yeah.
But when you go from playing certain teams every week and you get momentum and you start playing, you know what I mean? Yeah, you're going to beat those teams. I'm telling you, man, I watched A&M, and A&M went from the Big 12 to the SEC, and it's like, holy crap. I mean, every week it's like it's a playoff game every week. It doesn't matter who you're playing. I mean, now there's a couple teams here and there, but even Auburn on a down year in the Big 12 is going to go probably, 9-3, 8-4 on a down year. They're going 6-6 this year, and Hugh Freeze, I mean, they weren't a bad team. I mean, but they just couldn't get it going.
All right. Sean, what do you got about the college football playoffs?
You know what? I am the last person to ask about college football.
I was wondering. I didn't know if you were a college football guy or not.
Because Saturday is usually my travel day.
Yeah.
Or it's the day to get stuff done because Sundays I don't do it. Like I'm at the game or I'm watching it.
Sean pulls for Xavier's football team.
Yeah,
exactly.
Undefeated since 1982. I don't know.
Whatever you're like.
They should bring Xavier's football team back and let Sean coach it.
I think they should. Chop's got a message for you there, Kyle.
I hear you, brother. Hey, they love you down here. Hey, come on down here. Come on down here and bring your cooking ability and all that. And I'm telling you, man, these people down here, if you just throw, it doesn't even matter if you cook Cajun food or gumbo or anything like that, man. You come down here cooking food, they don't care.
I like your ass. And Brad's got something for you. He said, Kyle, why don't you come coach UC?
Who's the
AD? Cunningham.
Well, hey, let's get me in touch with him. I'm in, dude. Look. I'm first off, I'm in that position where like I'm trying to get back in. I mean, it's like this. It's hard, man. These coaching cycles. It doesn't matter who you are, man. Unless you're just a big name or your dad was somebody. It's tough, man. It's tough to stick around. And but I can tell you this much, man. I'm motivated. I'm ready to roll. So if UC wants to give me a shot, even if they want to give me a shot as that lead analyst that gives them all their good play calls so that they go, win a bunch of games because their offense is rolling and then they make me the OC the next year, I'm good.
Hey, I'm here for it. That sounds good. So Cunningham, if you're watching, just call me. Hey, don't call me. I don't have a number.
We'll get you in touch with a guy.
Go to KyleCaskey.com. There's a contact. There's contact form.
I'll have my people contact your people. How's that?
There you go.
All right, Kyle, man. I appreciate you coming on. Tell everybody about both your shows and anything else you want to plug before I let you go, man. All
right. So number one was Cincinnati, was the Bengals and everything on Chatterbox Sports. If you go to the Chatterbox Sports YouTube page, Chatterbox Clicker is on there. You scroll down a little ways, you'll find the entire library of Chatterbox Clicker. And the reason it's called Clicker is because coaches hold the little clicker button. That's why if anybody's wondering why it's Clicker, but that's why it's so that what I do is I break down the film from the previous week's game. And the reason I do it this way is I telestrate it, and I want you to feel like you're in rookie minicamp with me, like you're one of my players, and we're talking football. And it's a very unbiased view of it. I'm not beating on coaches. Like that's not my role, man. My role is not to trash talk or build up coaches. My role right now with what I'm doing is to watch the film. What happened? How did it work? Why did it work? Why didn't it work? And then that's what the whole show is premised about. So it's Chatterbox Clicker. You can find it there. You can find me at Coach Kyle Caskey at any social media. I'm on everything but the dating apps because obviously I've got a nice wife. I'm very happy.
He wants to stay married.
Yeah, but I am. But if you go to X/Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all those things, I'm on at Coach Kyle Caskey. I do have a show called Caskey's Clicker, and it's YouTube. It's youtube.com/at Caskey's Clicker. And that is on all LSU show now. It's the same premise, same exact premise as Chatterbox Clicker, but it's all about LSU football. So I do have those two out there. And again, man, I mean, anybody that comes and watches it, please, if you come on the live stream, just like you do here, I mean, come in the chat, ask questions. And if I don't have the clip, because I go find clips previously before I put it all together. If I don't have the clip of this thing you want to talk about, I'll find it, and I'll try to make it work. And there's not a whole lot of that during the chat, but I mean, I would love to, let that happen. At some point, just if you more questions, the better, man. I want interaction.
Absolutely, and by the hundreds of times that I've watched your show, and I mean, it's been so many times, I haven't joined it. I have watched it a lot, but I encourage you guys to go watch it. It is a lot of fun. If you like anything close to what we did today, he does a way better job of it on his own show. He can drive the diagrams and everything, and it is awesome. Like, because I do get all that stuff. I really do enjoy watching the show. I mean,
the problem, I told you this earlier, was I would love to have like my studio in here. I'm actually stealing my son's room on Tuesday. And the room is put together for him now. So like I can only undo it once a week. And it's a pain. I got to move a bed out. And there's a lot of stuff that goes on to get the studio put together.
Until I built this, I had to set all my crap every week. So yeah, I feel your pain, man.
But yeah, I appreciate you having me on, man. And the Who Day, baby, man, freaking great seeing you. Twice in a week, man.
You better go play the lottery now.
No doubt. What's the Powerball up to now? Mega Millions? I mean, let's go do it.
Exactly. Oh, by the way, the chat is blowing up. They're all going to start emailing Cunningham and tell him to hire you.
Hey, bring it on, man. Let's go. Kyle Caskey, 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 not casket. Although I still get mail to casket.
Casket.
Her next
dude.
Career, the Casket Company.
Casket Company.
Dude,
you never know, man. I mean, there's ways around to do everything. So,
dude, my last name's Trinipol. I get so many. They say my name, so that's why I just go with Ice. It's easy.
Well, the next time you look at your keyboard, the Y and the T are right next to each other. So, Caske. Oh, I'm just gonna kind of shoot my finger up there somewhere. Oh, I just think it's pretty cool.
Close enough. Close enough. All right, Kyle, man. Appreciate it, man. We'll have to do this again sometime.
All right, boys.
Hey,
appreciate y'all.
Come to the tailgate again. That was a lot of fun.
Yes, sir. I'll be there.
All right, dude. Sean, my man, Who Day, baby. What is up, my brother?
Living the dream, baby.
So, let me get. You got any final words you want to leave Who Day Nation? It's kind of why I give the floor to you to have your words of wisdom from the original fan of the year. Because I always got to remember that the original fan of the year, Who Day, baby. You tell me, what do you want to leave Who Day Nation?
I just want you all to know that none of y'all can be first. You can all be next.
Boom, baby.
No, hey, get there Saturday. Get there early. Yeah. Be loud. Have that one more drink.
Yeah, we don't want anybody like stumbling in.
Or three, maybe three.
Gas can to the face. At least
exactly, gas can to the face. Be loud. Bring it. When they're on defense only. Offense, shut up. Okay.
I'm surprised we still have to tell people that sometimes.
I know. I'm
like, shut up. I'm like, shut up.
And then shameless self-promotion. Go to BengalsOnTheBrain.com to get your own Jungle Mania Who Day. It's game day, bitches.
There you go. There you go.
Use code HOLIDAY15 to get 15% off till the end of the year.
Awesome. I wish I had. You should like put that up in the chat or something. You know, if you had a character.
Sure. You didn't know I was coming. So.
I did not. I had no clue. So next time you come on, I got the graphic and everything. It's gonna be up. It's gonna be a lot cooler. All right. So, Sean, I appreciate you, man. I'll see. Hey, by the way, real quick, when are you coming in? Are you coming in Friday? Are you coming in Saturday?
Yeah, coming Friday afternoon.
Okay. All right. Cool.
I was gonna come in early Saturday morning, but my stress level would have been too high that something was gonna happen, so I changed my flight. So
well, dude, I'm gonna be in rare form because I gotta work Saturday or Friday night. So I will be up from like 1 o'clock in the morning till because I got to work. I got the Bengals game, and then my Bearcats are playing the Dayton Flyers Saturday night. So I might be in rare form Saturday. You never know.
All right.
All right,
dude. You out.
All right, Sean. Who that, baby? See ya. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. Those two are awesome. I was happy as hell to see Kyle down there in lot 1. He walked up, gave me a big old bro hug. I gave him a Jackpot Joey beer, which I forgot to ask him how much he enjoyed that Jackpot Joey beer. That was cool. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Now I want to get this out here too. Actually, I want to get to the news of UC because let's see. Let me get this up here. All right. So according to Lance McAllister, this is for the latest on Jameel Reynolds. Giving today's temporary restraining order issued by Judge John Preston Bailey. We are evaluating the situation as it pertains to men's basketball student athlete Jameel Reynolds. We are consulting with our legal counsel, our compliance office, and our league office. We will have further updates available as they become. or as they become available. Sorry. So I don't exactly know what that means, to be honest. I'm kind of curious of who the restraining order is on. Is it on Jimmy Reynolds? Is it on the NCAA? Does he get the play? So I was kind of, so I DM'd Lance McAllister back, and I'm hoping for an answer. But yeah, if we can get him back, and one thing I haven't got a chance to speak on the debacle of the crosstown shootout. I don't understand this. Xavier, now, and this is no hate on Xavier. UC clearly was or is the more talented team. They were clearly shooting better than Xavier going into this game. But I don't know what it is. Xavier just is mentally more tough than the Bearcats. Everything they freaking throw up goes in. I mean, I literally think they can throw the ball from half court, and then UC just loses it. We get so, like, Vic made a couple stupid plays, got in foul trouble. I mean, he did score, I think, 16 points, his second leading scorer, I think, or maybe his leading scorer, I don't remember. We quit running our offense. We started jacking up three-pointers, doing too much one-on-one stuff. It's like we just imploded, and we do this almost every freaking year. We play Xavier, and I don't get it. And I'm not, this isn't, this ain't Wes Miller. We did it when John Brandon was the coach. We did it when Mick Cronin was the coach. I mean, you know, we used to sit there and say, you know, the UC Miami football game really isn't a rivalry anymore because we beat them all the time. Well, let's get to the point. The UC Xavier game really isn't a rivalry anymore because they beat us all the damn time. And I'm sick and tired of it. I'm like, I want to win this damn thing. I'm so tired of Xavier just run their offense and whop, whop, whop. And our guys are going, what are we doing? And I'm like, I don't have the answer. Like, I don't. I believe Wes Miller will get it figured out. But I wish he'd figure it out quickly. He's lost 3 of these already, his first 3 years. And I love Wes Miller. I think he's a good coach. I think he can lead us. He's leading us in the right direction. But I do get a little worried when we play in big games. It looks a lot like when Marvin Lewis was the coach of the Bengals and we played in big games. Looks like Dusty Baker when he was the manager of the Reds and we played in big games. We didn't show up. So far, Wes Miller's tenure, name me a big win he's had. And I love Wes Miller. This is not Wes Miller hate. This is not crushing a coach. I think Wes Miller is going to be a good coach. But he's got to get some wins in here. And it better happen quick because we're rolling. I mean, this Dayton game is not going to be a pushover. I mean, it is not. The Dayton Flyers are going to be jacked up to come here and beat us. And I wish it was a home-and-home game. Why we do it at a neutral site, I have no idea. It loses the volume, the intensity of it, I think. This should be an every year game. They play home and home, Xavier in Cincinnati, but it's down there in the Coliseum. I still call it the Coliseum, Heritage Bank Arena, whatever they call it now. These are the things that concerns me. I love 100 or 98% of the stuff that Wes Miller's doing. This 2%, which is kind of a big thing, is starting to just get his red flag up for me that he hasn't won these big games. His teams don't look prepared. And it's just scary to me because I've seen it before in other sports. I think he can turn it around, but I'm not sure. Let's see here. Okay, Brad, thank you. You said it's on the NCAA. All right, so if the restraining order is on the NCAA, then hopefully that means he can play Saturday. Is that what you're saying? NCAA is notified by all schools they can play. The next court date, okay, thank you, is 12/27/23. There you go. And exactly Mick. Yeah, Mick was the last team to beat X, but he didn't beat him that much because Mick didn't care. Mick didn't care about the crosstown shootout, which I didn't understand. He was one of the ones that I think I heard that wanted to end it. I'm like, you're a West Side LaSalle boy. You grew up a Bearcat fan. Did you not take this game that seriously? I don't know. Okay. Paul here says, does that rule out Randy, to play. I don't think so. If it's a restraining order against the NCAA, if Brad is right, then he should be able to play. Oh, here, Brad, there you go. Yes, all two-time transfers can play immediately. So there you go. So he can play Saturday. Now, the other question I got for you guys for Bearcats here is Jizzle James and what's the other guard there? Didi. What's the harm in playing both those guys on the court at the same time? I mean, I know they're both point guards, but I would like to see it. I mean, I'm not saying the whole game. I'm not even saying start them. But sometimes during the game, why not have both? Those are two of our best players and best scoring guards. Why not play them both at the same time? That's another thought I had. Anyway, that's my little UC rant. Tomorrow, I have Graham Ashcraft is going to be on the show. Cincinnati Reds starting pitcher. So somebody was in the chat was saying that I got big time. I'm like, I appreciate it. I mean, big time host, and they said congratulations. So I appreciate that. I am so freaking excited for tomorrow. I cannot believe I'm actually going to have a Cincinnati Reds player, a current player on the team. So that is so cool that Graham's going to be on there with me. Another thing I want to plug here before I go. Next Friday, not this Friday, next Friday, December 22nd, I'll be doing a live show again. That's at Brink Brewery. Now, go to ZTV, sign up there for the giveaway for a chance to win Bengals tickets, and also Threads branding clothes is going to be giving away stuff too. So you got to sign up there. I think there's going to be sign-up sheets at the bar. I have to confirm with Joey Carr about that. But I know you can sign up at ZTV. I think you can go to Brink and sign up there too as well. So make sure you go there and we can drink some delicious Jackpot Joey beer, have a good time, hopefully celebrating the Bengals victory from Saturday. So anyway, I just want to get, I think that's about it here. Shout out to all the Facebook groups that let me live stream on there, and everybody who shared it on Facebook. You guys are awesome. Like I said, go to ZTV. If you guys are not a member of that, go on there now. There's some really cool stuff on there right now. If you guys just want to listen to any of the shows, it is up there on ZTV radio. So that's part of the ZTV website. We got some cool stuff coming up that I really cannot wait to tell you, but I got to wait till I find out when these dates and everything are going to happen. But a lot of cool stuff there. So make sure you guys go to ZTV online. Like I said, you can listen to the old shows, watch some of the old shows are on there. You can always watch them always on YouTube. But of course, please follow me on all my social media platforms, all under Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter X, and TikTok, and Threads. Twitter X handle is at Jeff A. Trenopole. TikTok is at Iceman90. Facebook, Instagram, and Threads all under Sports with Strawberry Ice. I will be pulling a sign off later on tonight. Put it on the podcast. It'll be on Beanpod, Apple, iTunes, Spotify, Google, Stitcher Play, pretty much wherever you get your podcast. Please make sure you rate, like, and review. Like I said, it'll also be audio on ZTV radio. So check that out. YouTubers are at 2,449 subscribers. As always, I appreciate every single one of you guys. If it wasn't for you guys, I would not be able to have a show. I wouldn't have people on like Coach Kyle and Sean, Who Day Baby, and going to have Graham Ashcraft on Thursday. So I appreciate every single one of you guys. Other than that, you guys have a wonderful day. I'll see you tomorrow. And that's just sports, baby. See ya!
I'm from the city where they gotta play up.
Yeah,
I'm from the city where they gotta play up.
I don't.
Like coin flip, it's time to pay up.
Hey,
I'm from the city where they gotta play up.
they still
I'm from the city where they
gotta
gotta
play
play up.
us,
I'm
man.
from the city where they gotta play up. Like coin flip, it's time to pay up.
Go. Started out with who they done got me started. Kyle Katie telling me room for the Lamborghini. I trust 27 to lead us through any battle. We had DK out there press. You seen how we did Seattle? Went down 1-3 and then we hop back on that saddle. Everybody want T, but you can't have him cause we got it. A lethal 9 on the side and he gon' always red dot him. 29 got him on lockdown. This Taylor Britt Island. You know Jamar probably open. That boy 7-11. Who your best cornerback? Cause my receivers gon' shred him. And y'all don't wanna go one-on-one with Lou's playbook. 91 step on that field, them quarterbacks look shook. A couple weeks went by and we done stacked us up some wins. Craig Logan still with us, still the turnover twins. Uzier and man to man, you probably shouldn't throw at him. Orlando Brown came to town, showed us what a bodyguard is. I don't think they want no smoke with us. Forever standing on business, this ain't no joke for us. Money Mackey line it up, that boy forever clutch. Put up whoever you want, it's never slow for us. Ain't nothing changed, 21 still lurking in the cut. 83 reasons why they can't with us. Zach Taylor, top dog, it's always win or bust. Hand the ball to Chase Brown, probably won't get touched. Chuck sizzle back deep to receive the punt. Probably gon' run it back, I feel like he the one. Doing my shuffle on him still, I feel like Icky Woods. Whole line protecting Joe like a tiger should. Imagine having Trent Irwin as your fourth string. If VJ Hill hit you, you feel what that force bring. 1, 2, 3, nah, we need 4 rings. This the jungle, you can't come in here and pull strings. Look close, look how DJ read that offense. Sin Hubbard and Osai, yeah, we all in. Nick Scott ball hawking overwatching. Dax Hill an interception that look flawless. It's really hard to lose when K. Adams rooting for you. If you need a couple yards, Earth gon' get it for you. We got Tanner Hudson now, Sample still too. Yoshi gon' go get that ball just like a dog do. Already knew they had the players, but this part two. I'm from the city where they gotta. I'm from the city where they gotta play us. It's time to pay up. I'm from the city where they gotta play us. I'm from the city where they gotta. I'm from the city where they gotta play us. It's time to pay up.